Hey church, Matt here. It's a privilege to be able to be with you and to share a word with you during this trying time and during this time of transition in our church. And I want to encourage you to acknowledge that this is a tough time. This is a tough time, and that's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that things are difficult right now. But at the same time, we have to be honest with how God is not done with us. God is not done with this church body. God is not done with First Baptist Church Malakoff. And so I want to share with you some information that I think is vital for you to hear based on your relation to First Baptist Church Malakoff. And here's some of that information. We are not without leadership in this season. I'm going to say that one more time so that you can be confident that your church has representation in leadership. We are not without leadership during this time. A blended body of leaders has stepped up to fill in the leadership gaps that we are presently in lack of. And those people are our personnel committee. Every one of them is going above and beyond in this time of transition. Included in that leadership body are our trustees and also our deacons, along with the two staff people that we have here, myself and Nita, our ministry assistant. Everyone is stepping up in this time to fill the leadership gap. And to be honest, so are you. If you are an active participant in worshiping Jesus through First Baptist Malakoff, in faithfully giving your tithes and offerings, in faithfully supporting the ministry, not just through financial means, but through your time and through your talent and through persevering in this season and being a faithful member of our body, you are also acting in leadership through your behavior. And so for that, I thank you. And the rest of our body thanks you. Because God is not done. I want you to say it with me out loud. Come on, let's say it together. God is not done. He's not done with our church. He is not done moving in our community. And He is not done with you. He is not done moving in your life. And let me encourage you while I have your attention with a few of the words of Paul to the church in Philippi. And he wrote in Philippians chapter 2, he said these words: work hard to show the results of your salvation. If you have been saved by the grace of God, by grace through faith in Jesus Christ, then we have to show the results, to show the proof of our salvation. And you have this opportunity, I have this opportunity every day. And Paul is encouraging this church in Philippi to work hard to show the results of our salvation, whether we have sufficient leadership or not. That's not our response based on our salvation. It has nothing to do with leadership. It has everything to do with a personal response to a personal salvation from our personal holy God. Work hard to show the results of your salvation. How? Obeying God with deep reverence and fear. For God is working in you. God is working in you. God is working in you. That's plural. It's not singular. That's a plural, y'all, if you will, my friends. God is working in you in the body of Philippi, and God is working in you in the body of FBC Malakoff. God is working in you, giving you the desire and the power to do what pleases Him. I don't know if you have ever read this verse with much consideration, but can I encourage you and remind you and inform you of the truth that we just read together, that God gives us the desire and the power to please Him and to take the next step. So church, God is not done. We do have leadership actively serving and representing our church. And because God is not done with our body, He is not done with you. And all of us can continue to take the next step of faith in obedience and in reverence to our holy God. And so, church, from our leadership team to you, we cannot wait to worship with you this Sunday and the rest of this month as we celebrate the Christmas season, Christ's birth, his life, his death on the cross, his burial, his resurrection to new life, and his ascension into heaven, where he is seated at the right hand of God, presently and eternally ruling and reigning over all things, including our church, Transition. Church, we have hope. It is not even close to over for us or for you, because as long as God and as long as Jesus is on his throne, we have a reason to take the next step.